can't expect the evil Roxxon company to go down without a fight. So if it's the fight the Hulk wants, it's a fight the Hulk will get. But not every fight is won by strength. Let's take a look at the Immortal Hulk number 28, The New World. Previously in Immortal Hulk, Dr. Bruce Banner and the Immortal Hulk team up to wage war on the corrupt Roxxon Corporation for their crimes against humanity. Ultimately, this is a fight between the Hulk and the Minotaur, yet neither of them throw a single punch at each other. Instead, Hulk takes a strategic approach and attacks Roxxon's data hub, where he takes on 4 of Roxxon's berserkers and ruins their systems, bringing down many social media sites Roxxon owned. Now, Immortal Hulk number 28, The New World. The story is set in 2 places, Roxxon's headquarters and a small Roxxon facility in Wyoming. In Roxxon's headquarters, Minotaur is planning his retaliation to Hulk's destruction of their servers. With Roxxon's sites offline, this could be the end of Roxxon, but instead, they say if they cannot contain the Hulk, they will capitalize on the Hulk. So even without their strong social media presence, they rally the teens to the Hulk side for protests, where they sell teen angst in the form of Hulk masks. So inevitably, even if the teens don't know it, they are back on Roxxon's side. In Wyoming, a security guard is explaining the difference between the times when he was a child and the children today. His own daughter is an example. She is not the nice, respectful little girl she once was. He doesn't even recognize the cell phone addicted teenager with piercings that sits at his breakfast table as he leaves for work. Well, later that day, the security guard finally did recognize her, but she stood there in a green Hulk mask, a part of the Teen Brigade, a gang of teens wanting change. Well, here's where the showdown of the issue comes, as a man that misses the good old days is faced with a mob of protesters demanding change. The Minotaur moves to the next step of his plan and heads to Monster Isle to recruit help with his Hulk problem. Who is the monster Minotaur recruits? Actually, we already know the answer is Xemnu. But what role will Xemnu play in Roxxon's plans? And can the Immortal Hulk take on the original Hulk? These are the questions I'd like answered in the next issue. Please subscribe for more Immortal Hulk reviews and be warned there are spoilers for the rest of the video. So as requested by a subscriber, we're doing reviews on the channel, and one of the reviews decided was Immortal Hulk, which I'm glad to do. I really enjoy this series and can't wait to share my thoughts on this issue. Immortal Hulk has been my favorite horror comic since it came out last year. But the story seems like it's going from horror to political thriller. There were a lot of social commentaries mentioned here, which I found interesting. And for the sake of time, I'm not going to go into each of them during this video, but let me know if in the future I should. I will still list some of the things that I noticed. First with security guard. 1. The threat in his mind is way worse than it is in reality. He saw the Hulk when it was in fact his daughter. 2. Typically older male complaining about today's youth and how great things were in his day. Everyone knew their place. I'm surprised he didn't have a red cap somewhere in his room. 3. He used religion to justify his evil actions against another. 4. In a small religious town, it's as if they all have one hive mind. Even the police officer was consoling and coaching him, and he shot his daughter. 5. Even though the Second Amendment is here to protect us, there's always some trigger-happy person looking for a reason to shoot someone. 6. I'll call this one a joke, but did you notice that he was reading Rock's News to get stories of terror which incited fear? 7. Lastly, why is it a guy without fear that always takes it as his duty to right a wrong with murder instead of avoiding the situation and calling the authorities? It was a bunch of teens outside the building. I don't know why he had to cowboy up. Then you have the statements made by Roxxon and its execs. 1. Social media is a means to control the masses. 2. It doesn't matter what the truth is, it's how you sell the story. 3. They stage an incident using the public that will change public opinion against their enemy. 4. When you get money to solve a public problem, only about a third of the money goes towards the problem. The rest lines everyone's pocket. Like I said, I don't mean to spend so much time on this part, because in fact it is a Hulk comic, so I know you want to hear about the Hulk. But I can't. This whole issue did not have Hulk in it. His picture maybe, but we just got a Hulk comic with no Hulk, no smashing, no destruction. It's about the story building for the major throwdown that is about to come with Hulk and Xemnu. Although we've had the same writer pretty much the whole time, we have different artists this issue, and it shows, definitely in the coloring. I prefer the deeper and richer colors by Paul Mounts as opposed to this issue's work by Chris O'Halloran. Also, when I was trying to see if time had passed, I was looking at Minotaur's suit and realized he's wearing the same shirt and tie colors since last issue, even though this was a new day. Only difference was his vest keeps popping on and off. Not that that is an issue at all, just something I noticed because I looked. All in all, the art was good and didn't distract from the story. And there was no action to really have to capture, so the art was fine. There's no need to waste time here. It's an Alex Ross cover, so as always, it's a joy to see. The 2020 variant by Dale Keown is good, but I prefer the Ross cover, even though it's just some kids in a poster, nothing with action. Once you get past the fact that Hulk does not appear in this issue, I think you'll realize that it was a great issue. This is the third issue in the story, so to me, it's laying down more plot before the showdown. I would rate this a 9 out of 10. I would have said 10 out of 10 if the art popped more on some pages like it did in the past, or on some of these pages. Again, this video was decided by a subscriber, so make sure to subscribe and let me know if there are any videos you would like to see and I'll try to bring them to you. If you want more Hulk reviews, don't worry, they're coming with each new issue, Thursdays at 11 AM Eastern. Thanks for watching, until next time, Brian out.